this is Rajyalakshmi from Chalapati Institute of Engineering and Technology, and my topic is from database management systems, and the topic is object relational model or DBMS. So object relational model combines both the relational model and object oriented models. The models was built to fill the gaps between the object oriented models and the relational models. The object-oriented models in database management systems are stored in the form of objects, which are instances of classes. These classes are objects to the together make an object-oriented data models. Okay, so and the relational models. The relation in DBMS or database management systems is an approach. It is an approach to managing data using the structure and language consistence with the first order paradigmic logic. So because languages like DDL and DML languages, and we can have many advanced features like we can make a complex data types according to our requirements using existing data types. So disadvantage of the ORDBMS is the problem with this model is that this can get complex and difficult to handle, so proper understanding of this model is required. So otherwise it will be complex to understand the model. And then object relational database extends the relational database models and relational data models to address those weaknesses identified previously, and the object oriented relational database adds the features associated with the object oriented systems to the relational databases. So ORDBMS try to add richer data types. So by this we can we can lead the problems like weakness identified problems over features to the relational database management systems, and simply says it extension of a SQL. And what is a SQL3? We are using now updated version, that is a SQL3. The SQL3 is a superset of SQL 92. So the purpose of the constructs supported by that standards, as well as adding the new ones of the its own, and it will add the new richer data types to better understand from the SQL3. And therefore what are the worked implementation? SQL 92 should work implementation of SQL3, and we should note it to it. There are no implementation of SQL3. So features of the SQL3, and the first one is in the future. So the first one is the extended data types, and second one row types, and third one user defined types and user defined routines, subtypes, super types, super tables and subtables, and reference types, and object identity, and the last one is a collection types. Let's see one by one. Extended data types. In extended data types available in SQL 92, the data types are number, character, date. But in extensible in SQL3, so updated versions. So updated data, what are the updated data types are? So we are providing the like we are providing the data like video, image, audio, text, spatial, temporal, geographical, web pages like. So here the query about the query is in a SQL3 version. So create a table student, so student number is in declared in a integer format, and it is not null. And the name is in a varchar data type, and it is also not null. And image is a var binary of max. So binary of max is it is applied on the images. So video, audio, images, text, spatial, whatever the type we want to use, the data type for that media purpose is var binary, and it is also applied to the not null. and then the second one is row types. So row types is merging is possible with SQL3. In SQL2 it is not possible, but in SQL3 it allows the possibility to merging the columns. For example, syntax is there. Here below syntax is a create table branch. Here branch number is varchar and address. So the one row of the address is divide by 3 columns. The columns names is street, area and city. So in that row, address row, we are dividing the 3 columns like street, area and city. So see the table, example table. And the third one is user defined data types. So in the user defined data types, we have two types. So first one is scalar functions, and the second one is table valued function. In a scalar function, we can calculate the aggregate of the students, aggregate is calculated, and length, middle, round. So round of the numeric values, and count, average, maximum, lower case, upper case, next sum. So these are the functions are used in scalar functions. Okay, so the functions are sum, count, average, minimum, maximum, lower case, upper case. So these are the scalar functions, and table valued functions. So the scalar functions are learned in the previous, but table valued functions is new. The table valued functions in inline, in this we have two types. So first one is inline table valued function, and the second one is multi statement table valued functions. So the example, so consider the two tables, the table name student table, and second one subject table. So the student table having the 3 columns, roll number, marks and name with 4 rows, and subject table also having the 4 rows, having four columns and 4 rows. Here the relation between these two table is a roll number. This is the primary key also. Okay, so and the example query is here scalar functions. The scalar functions are a type of accepts 0, అంటే only it accepts 0 or more parameters and returns the single value output. So here the syntax for the scalar functions. So scalar function syntax is create function name, in the brackets parameters is nothing but column names. The function is applied on those columns. So return type. So the output return type is we have to mention this here. And as begin, the function starts with as begin, and in the begin and after the begin we can define the statements. So after the begin we have to define the statements for a scalar function. Okay, so by end of the statements we can return the return values. So and end. So this is the syntax of the scalar functions, and here is the example, create a function get student. So from student table we can get the information. So get a student roll number int. So here parameters in the function passed is roll numbers. So roll numbers are the parameters for this function, and returns character. So we are displaying the names as a output. So that's why we are the output data type is varchar. So we can returns the varchar of 50, as the function begin with the begin keyword and returns the select name from the student table, and where roll number is greater than or equal to roll number. Here roll number is equal to, if we read the input as 1, so roll number is greater than or equal to 1. So first from first roll number to end. We can get the output from first roll number to end of the table. So that's why we have 4 rows in that table. That's why the first roll number is Ram, second roll number is Ganesh, and third roll number is Sham, and fourth one is Raj. So total name column is displayed in the output. And the second example is create a function get students. Same parameter is passed roll number and returns a varchar. Here also we can we are displaying the name, so that's why we are returns the varchar. And as begin, the function is beginning, return select name from student where roll number is equal to roll number. So the condition is equals. Here we are using the equals. So if we enter a roll number, only that roll number similar which means only that roll number student name will be displayed in the output. If we enter the student number 1, the Ram is displayed. If we enter 2, Ganesh is displayed. Okay, so next table valued functions. In the table valued user defined functions, in the table valued user defined accepts only zeros are more parameters, and returns a table variable. This type of function is special because it returns the table that you can query the result of the join with the other tables. So here is the 2 types of the table valued function. So first one is inline and multi statements valued table valued function. So here first one is inline table valued function. Inline table valued function contains a single statement that must be select statements. We are using mostly in this table valued functions only select statement only. So the result of the query becomes the return values of the function. There is no need to begin and end the block. In scalar function we have to begin and end the block in the function syntax, and here there is no need to begin and end of the block. So syntax, see the syntax of the inline table valued function. And create a function name, parameters is nothing but column names. What we want to pass the column names as a parameters, and returns return type. So in the output return type and as returns. And then see the example, create a function get student of marks. So marks as a we are passing the parameters as a marks int, it returns a table. Here we are specifying the table for the output, so that's why we are displaying the output in a table format. So as a return select star from student where marks is greater than or equal to marks. Here inline table valid function we are using the select statement only. Okay, so that's why we are in the return format. In the return function we are passing the query with the select statement only. So select star from student where marks is greater than or equal to marks. So what we the condition is 60. We are applying get students, all students are having 60 marks are greater than or equal to 60 marks. So then only the 2 members only displayed in the output. Why? Because 60 and greater than 60 is only 2 members we have. So that's why Ram and Raj are the output, greater than having the greater than 60 marks as the output. And next one is a multi-statement table valued function. In multi-statement contains multiple SQL statements enclosed in begin and end blocks. So only in a inline table valued function there is no need to apply begin and end block, but in a scalar and a multi-statement table valued function we have to enclose the statements between the begin and end blocks. In the function body you can read data from database and do some operations like and do some operations like insert, update, so like that. And in the multi statement table valued function, the return value is declared as a table variable and includes the full structure of the table to be returned. The return statement without value and declare the table is returned. So syntax is here: create a function name as a parameters. Parameters is nothing but a column names, and returns at the table name in the format of output is a table, and we are declaring the column names as input and as. So the function start with the as begin, and in the between the blocks, so begin and end, between the blocks we are passing the statements like insert and update queries. So what we want to do, so here is the example for that. Create a function get average, we have to calculating the average for the students marks. So create a function get the average of names. By using the names only we are calculating the, by based on the names, based on the names in the table we are calculating the total 3 subjects marks average. So returns marks as a table format, and a name with a varchar of 50. So new table is created with 5 columns. So the 5 columns are name, subject 1, subject 2, subject 3, and average. By we are creating the table. Okay, so we are creating the table, output table. Okay, so we are creating the output table with 5 columns. So those are name, subject 1, subject 2, subject 3, and average. So the function begins with as begin and declare. So we there is no average column in the previous table, so we are declaring the average column and declare average as a decimal 4,2. So decimal points after the points we have decimal points are 2, and declare roll number as an integer and insert into marks. So marks we are inserting the marks into the new table. So subject 1, 2, 3. So in that column, so we are inserting the our new data into the table, and select roll number is equal to roll number from a student table, and where name is equal to name. So we are selecting only one name or one student at a time, and select here in the last statement we are calculating the average of 3 subjects. So select average is equal to subject 1, subject 2, subject 3 by 3 from subjects where roll number is equal to roll number. So in this query we are only calculating one student marks at a time. Okay, so the output of the table is just creating the table with 5 columns. Okay, so 5 columns table we are creating. So name, subject 1, subject 2, subject 3, and average. And the second one is updating the marks. So first in the previous table Ram has 3 subjects marks, and we are updating those marks in the new table. So subject 1, 2, 3 select, we are using a select statement for the update the marks from student table or a subject table, sorry, from the subject table. So select subject 1 from a subject where roll number is equal to roll number. Why? Because we are using roll number is equal to roll number, we are updating only one person or one student marks at a time only. Okay, so then we are calculating the average of the marks where name is equal to name. Okay, so returns the end, and by executing this query we can get the output as a name, subject 1, subject 2, subject 3 marks. We are entering the first student where here roll number is equal to roll number. In the query roll number is equal to 1. If we enter 1, the first student marks will be like this. So 10, 30, 20, and average is calculated, that is the 20.00. And the fourth one is a user defined routines. So in the user defined routines, a collection of program statements that performs a particular task. So only a particular task, the statements are used to perform a particular task is called as a user defined routines. So a routine that you can define, that can be invoked within an SQL statements or another user defined routines. So user defined routines, return values are not allowed, so are as follows. So user defined functions return so one or more values, and therefore can be used in SQL expressions. So produces the routines are optionally, but it produces cannot be used in SQL expressions because it does not return any value. Okay, so UDS supports this UDS supports only in stored procedural language, and those languages are internal to the database servers. So that's why we are supporting the stored procedural languages. So here external languages like C or Java are supporting the UDRs, user defined routines. And then so here is the types of UDRs. User defined routines are two types, SPL and external routines. In this, procedural and functional are the common types in the each. Next one is subtypes and super types. So here subtypes or super types allows the inheritance. So inheritance is the so characteristics. The characteristics we have to derive the characteristics of the object. So first one is a single inheritance and multiple inheritance. And in the single inheritance, we can derive the only one vehicle from the vehicles, that is a car. And we in a multiple inheritance, multiple vehicles we can derive from the vehicle object. So this is the example for the multiple inheritance. And mother, father, both are derived, both are producing the both mother and father are producing the child, and derived child is derived from the mother and father. This is the multiple inheritance example. And one more example is back end and front end. The language supports from the language is supports from the back end and front end, which is derives at the language is derived from the back end and front end. And subtables and super tables. So in SQL3, SQL3 table can be defined a direct subtables of one or more super tables using optional created under classes. So create a table under the under class is used to create the subtables. So subtables inherits every column from its super tables, but may also define columns of its own. So syntax is a create table staff of staff type. Here the staff type and table name is staff type. In the staff type we can derive the more number of types like lectures, programmers, and technicians. So these are the types of the staff type. Here the syntax for the subtable is create a table lecture of staff type under staff. So here the types of staff is lecturer, programmer, and administrator, and technicians. These are the staffs, but we are declaring the subtable. Staff is the super table, and the staff type is subtable. Here is the example for that. So super table, we are creating the super table, create a table staff of a staff type, serial number. So see, we are only one column is creating, that is a serial number into that too we are applying the primary key. So why? Because we are not allows the repeated values. Okay, so sub tables, the sub table is derived from the super table. So that's why we are creating the table lecture of staff type under staff is the super table. So here also we are creating only one column name, so that is the serial number, and create a table, admin table. So admin under the staff table, under the super table staff, we are creating a one more sub table, that is admin. So create a table admin of a staff type under staff. Then we here also we are declaring only one column, so that is serial number into primary key. So we can get the information of the all staff. So by using the query, select a star from staff.